Question 4 says, using compasses and a ruler only, construct triangle PQR with angle P equals to 60 degrees, angle Q equals to 30 degrees, and PQ equals 11.5 centimeters. All right, so the easiest thing to do is to start with my 11.5 centimeters. So using a ruler, I can construct an 11.5 centimeter line. Now you can do this two ways. You can use your compass or you can just use a ruler. Now if you were to use your compass, I'll show you how to do that. But essentially all you need to do, well, first of all, just draw a straight horizontal line on the page. Now hopefully you can all see that. Now 11.5, it's hard to see under this light, but it's right here. Now using your pair of compasses, you can do this as well. So you just draw a straight line longer than 11.5. And what I'll do is I'll just open my compass arms to 11.5 centimeters. So if they've given you a line already, what you could do is open your compass to 11.5 centimeters. Okay, that's approximately 11.5. And then starting from this, just draw an arc, and you notice it goes through that point right there. So we'll call that line I just drew PQ. So PQ is 11.5. Now I want angle P to be 60 degrees. Now I already know how to do that. So now because I got such a big diagram, I don't mind making it a little bit bigger. I might open my arc there. Make sure you hold tightly to the pin end so it doesn't slip. Alright. And from that intersection point, keeping the same arm width, put your pin on the intersection point and draw another angle. So I draw another arc. That intersection point is going to create my 60-degree angle. I'm just going to draw this in pencil first because I don't know how long I need to draw this line for. It needs to intersect this one from this point. Now at point Q, I want to create a 30-degree angle. Now we already know how to create a 30-degree angle. That's half of a 60-degree angle. So I've got to draw a 60-degree angle on the Q side, and then I bisect that one in half. So I'll cut that one in half, sorry. So I'll bisect that angle. So from point Q, I might make it a little bit smaller so it doesn't interfere with the other section. Yeah, a good tip is to make sure you have a sharp pencil so it doesn't slip as much. And then I want to draw an arc here. Now I want to cut this angle in half. So starting from these two intersection points, I won't draw in the 60. I don't need the 60. Let's cut this 60 in half. Might make it a little bit longer so I can see it properly. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. So hopefully you can see that. So now I've intersected these two arcs. I can join that intersection point with point Q to create that 30-degree angle. Now I'm going to use a different color so you can see the length QR. So this point here, I want to join them. I want to join all the way to the other line up there. Now that point, I'm going to call R. So this is the triangle I want. PQR. So I'm just going to outline that so you can see it. So I would need to show all of these construction arcs in the exam. And that's it. So we've satisfied all the conditions in the question. So angle P, 60 degrees. Angle Q, 30 degrees. And therefore, PRQ must be 90. I can measure that. And it looks to be exactly equal to 90, as I expected. So I can label that as well if I wanted to. Okay, question B. Measure the length of QR correct to the nearest millimeter. So using your ruler as accurately as you can. I can see it's pretty much exactly 10 centimeters. And correct to the nearest millimeter, of course, is 100 millimeters. All right. Question C. Construct a perpendicular bisector of PQ. So we want to cut this line in half at right angles. So how do we do that? So moving back down to the diagram. So I want to construct a perpendicular bisector. So we need rulers, a ruler and a compass only. So what I need to do, if you remember from the lecture, open more than halfway, create an arc. I might make it a little bit bigger so it doesn't overlap. And an arc down here. So from that point Q, draw an arc up and an arc below. Keeping the same width, I do the same thing for point P. Oh, just intersected, so I was pretty lucky there. And the one up there. So now I just have to join those two lines together. So this point up here, this point down here. So this is the perpendicular bisector. This line cuts PQ in half and at right angles. Now we can check it by measuring. That's 6, or that's 5.8. That's approximately 5.8 as well, so that's correct. Alright, we have 1 more minute left before this video cuts out, so let's quickly just complete this last part. So let the perpendicular bisector of PQ, so let this red line meet RQ, meet the green line. So this red line meets the green line at point M. So I just label that. Put the M, that's this point here. And PQ at N, so this line at point N. Using a protractor, measure angle RMN to the nearest degree. So I want to measure this angle in here using a protractor. Okay, so spinning this around. I'll just quickly finish this off before the time cuts out. And that's approximately equal to 120 degrees. So 120 degrees